always from the heart of the city, and now on demand 24/7 on the CHFI website. This is the soundtrack to accompany The Doors. And I'm Don Jackson, around the world on the internet. Bernard Gittleson from How to Make Your Own Luck, published by Warner, wrote, "The Chinese call luck opportunity, and they say it knocks every day at your door. Some people hear it, some do not. It's not enough to hear opportunity knock. You must let him in, greet him, make friends, and work together." Helen Keller believed when one door of happiness closes, another opens. But often we look so long at the closed door that we do not see the one that has been opened for us. Someone's at the door this hour. For Lovers and Other Strangers, from iTunes and CHFI.com. Randy Crawford with Eric Clapton and David Sanborn, Knockin' on Heaven's Door, and Paul McCartney, and Let Him In. I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers, from iTunes and CHFI.com. Terry Teachout from City Limits, published by Poseidon Press, wrote, "We are born into a vast room whose walls consist of 1,000 doors of possibility. Each door is flung open to the world outside, and the room is filled with light and noise. We close some of the doors deliberately, sometimes with fear, sometimes with calm certainty. Others seem to close by themselves, some so quietly that we do not even notice. We're knocking at a few doors this hour with Lovers and Other Strangers, from iTunes and CHFI.com. Missing everything but the girl. And Rob Thomas, Lonely No More. I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers, from iTunes and CHFI.com. This is an excerpt from Chicken Soup for the Couple's Soul, edited by Jack Canfield, Mark Victor Hansen, Mark and Chrissy Donnelly, and Barbara DeAngelis, and published in 1999. In fact, this was written by Barbara. It's called What Does It Mean to Be a Lover? And I quote, "What does it mean to be a lover? It is more than just being married to or making love to someone. Millions of people are married, millions of people have sex, but few are real lovers. To be a real lover, you must commit to and participate in a perpetual dance of intimacy with your partner. You are a lover when you appreciate the gift that your partner is and celebrate that gift every day. You are a lover when you remember that your partner does not belong to you. He or she is on loan from the universe. You are a lover when you realize that nothing that happens between you will be insignificant, that everything you say in the relationship has the potential to cause your beloved joy or sorrow, and everything you do will either strengthen your connection or weaken it. You are a lover when you understand all this, and thus wake up each morning filled with gratitude that you have another day in which to love and enjoy your partner. When you have a lover in your life, you are richly blessed. You have been given the gift of another person who has chosen to walk beside you. He or she will share your days and your nights, your bed and your burdens. Your lover will see secret parts of you that no one else sees. He or she will touch places that no one else touches. Your lover will seek you out where you have been hiding and create a heaven for you within safe, loving arms. Your lover offers you an abundance of miracles every day. He has the power to delight you with his smile, his voice, the scent of his neck, the way he moves. She has the power to banish your loneliness. He has the power to turn the ordinary into the sublime. She is your doorway to heaven here on earth. Unquote. What does it mean to be a lover by Deborah from Chicken Soup for the Couple's Soul, published in 1999. Lovers and Other Strangers, from iTunes and CHFI.com. Toni Braxton and Unbreak My Heart. Blood, Sweat, and Tears with David Clayton Thomas, You've Made Me So Very Happy. And Brian Melo with All I Ever Wanted. I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Nadia Boulanger, a pianist and teacher from Wisdom for Our Time, edited by James Nelson, and published by Norton, wrote, "There is nothing boring in life except ourselves. The most humble work does not have to be boring. I remember Madame Duval, the old woman who cleaned my floor. I think of her with profound respect and reverence. She was 80 years old. One day she knocked at my door and said, 'Mademoiselle, I know you don't like to be disturbed, but the floor, come and see it. It shines.' In my mind, Stravinsky and Madame Duval will appear before the Lord for the same reason. Each has done what he does with all his consciousness." When I said this to Stravinsky, who knew Madame Duval, he said, "How you flatter me. For when I do something, I have something to gain. But she has only the work to be well done." Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Three Doors Down, Here Without You, and Deborah Cox, and Beautiful You Are. I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. This is an excerpt from an article that appeared in the Baltimore Sun September 1st, 1991. The writer, Alice Steinbach, said, and I quote, "It all happens so quickly. The days turning shorter, the leaves going red on the dogwood tree, the sunlight slanting through the windows at a different angle. Then, one day you notice that the garden seems quite still, and you're aware that your summer clothes feel all wrong, the colors too light, the shoes too bare. Porches start to look emptier, and the air is no longer as fragrant with the smell of steaks sizzling on a grill. If we listen carefully, we can almost hear the sound of a door closing. As it swings shut, we catch our last glimpse of the brilliant light of that high bold season we call summer." Unquote. Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com.
Will be
Dido's White Flag, and Neil Diamond with September Morn. I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Samuel Butler on An Open Mind wrote, "It ought not to be so open that there is no keeping anything in or out of it. It should be capable of shutting its doors, or it may be found a little drafty." Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. We have a few more doors to go through in our next program. Good night, sweet dreams. I'm Don Jackson.